Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 20 of Benny on the Beat. Episode 20! That's enough. Episode 20. Big whoop. Alright, here's the deal, guys. I have to make this video fast. Super fast. Faster than I've ever made any video before because I have no time. It is Halloween today. I've got a million things to do. Everything's going wrong. The scariest thing that could happen happened. I'm back in the Impala. We'll talk about that. But we got no time for shenanigans. We have to get through this very fast. Let's just get into it. Okay, you guys read the title correctly. Yes, I am back in the Impala. It's like the worst thing that could possibly happen, and it would happen on Halloween because it's the scariest thing. So I'm driving the other night, and my check engine light comes on the Taurus. So I decided to take it down to the shops to leave it to get an oil change and figure out why the check engine light is on. At the same time, right as I was getting done with a call last night, I realized that it was dark outside, darker than normal. I thought it was because Halloween was coming and the evil spirits were out and it was darker. I don't know. I had some reason why I thought it was darker. Didn't stop and think maybe it was because my headlight was out. Should have thought of that first. But yeah, one of the headlights burned out at the same time. So now I'm missing a headlight. So I need to take it down to get the check engine light checked. I need to take it down to get an oil service done. I need to have the headlight fixed. As I'm driving to the shops, I realized there's a crack in the windshield. I have no idea what caused that. It has to be a change in the barometric elevations, anomalies, the weather stuff going on. By the way, we haven't had a weather report in a while. Just regular maintenance type stuff, right? There's nothing major. So I had to put the car down to get that stuff done to it. The only thing available was a sea of Chevy Impalas. I probably had like 50 Chevy Impalas to pick from. What does it matter? They all suck. I put the key in, turned the first one on that I picked, and the engine sounded like it was gonna blow up. Driving home, it smelled like it was on fire. Some of you guys on the channel have the nerve. A few people have said that Fords suck and that the Chevy Impala is better? What? Anyway, that's my Halloween horror story. Is I'm back in the Chevy Impala, hopefully just for a couple of days, and I get my car back. Because holy crap. Okay, let's get right into it. We're going to look at a few comments from the last Benny on the Beat video, and then we'll get into the recap of some of my calls from the road as a police officer this week. Before we look at those, we want to thank our sponsor this week. Our sponsor this week is the best store on the internet that has ever existed. Of course, we are talking about the FuzzFam store. We want to make the official announcement. Of course, this is the second official announcement. We announced it on our live stream the other day. But our store with our merchandise, FuzzFam merchandise, is open for business as of a few days ago. You can see the variety of luxurious, sexy, very, very nice products. Just take a look at one of these, the FuzzFam logo tactical hoodie. It's the most advanced hoodie on the planet. Perfectly conceals love handles, warms the coldest hearts, attracts success, enhances tacticalness, demands respect. Absolutely incredible. Look, all I can say, guys, is this stuff is top notch. It will have the most profound impact in your life. If you're poor, you will suddenly wake up rich. If you are ugly, you will suddenly wake up beautiful and people will flock to you. This is the power of the FuzzFam merchandise. Of course, none of these promises are legal or remotely true. It's marketing. Go buy it.
Shut up and take my money.
All right, let's look at a few of them comments. Bruce Nabruze with cupcakes? Why didn't I think of that name for my channel? That's fantastic. Is there anything you as a police officer don't feel experienced or educated enough on to handle? No. It's always fun to find a new challenge that you haven't dealt with before. So absolutely. I can't give you a specific example, but there's plenty of things I could run into that I wouldn't probably right off the top of my mind know how to handle, but I can find the answer. Daggitman1, I think this question's been answered before, but do you have GPS in your car or do you know your streets well enough? Also, would the department supply them or would you have to purchase them yourself? Oh, Daggit, it depends on the department. I can tell you mine does not supply GPS stuff. Our computer program in our cars, it has a little map that shows up GPS where the call is at when we get one. So you can open that up and you can kind of see a star on the map where it's at, and you can see where you're at. You can kind of see how to get there. I can tell you that I've never used GPS. I know a lot of officers do. I see them buy their own and put them in their cars and stuff, but I've always been able to find the addresses pretty easily. It's not that difficult. When you're by yourself, when you're on FTO, when you're training as a new officer and the pressure's on and you got all these things going on and you're trying to find an address, that can be a little bit stressful and difficult, but it just comes with the territory. You learn the streets, you learn your city, you get better at it. So it's not that hard. I worried about that too before I became a cop, and it's really not that bad. Arpeggio Shredder. Pretty sure that's not how to pronounce that. These videos are insanely entertaining. How did that comment get in there? I must have accidentally picked that and thrown that in there. Well, thank you, Arpeggio. Appreciate it very much. Ruby Escobar. Ruby's been on this channel forever. Congrats on nearly 2 years on YouTube. Holy crap. That's right. This month, guys. 2 years on YouTube as of this month. My life has seriously been impacted for the better. I never knew I could get so happy by watching a man talk about his life. Yet here I am, week after week, just eating this stuff up. I have never ever met you and probably never will, but I feel like we're connected somehow, and I just absolutely love this channel. I wish you and your family nothing but the very best that life has to offer. What the crap? Ruby! Everybody's thinking this is an alternate account, and I made that comment myself. I didn't. Ruby's real. Ruby's a real person. Ruby, thank you. Thank you very much. Very, very nice comment. Very kind words. Appreciate it very much. I feel the connection too, especially after that comment. Oh, hold on. Mrs. Fuzz is trying to get some lunch. Is asking what I want. What do we want? What do I want besides a drink from the magical goblet of FuzzFam? Ooh, how about some tacos? Taco? Tacos? All right, Fabio767. Hi, FuzzFam. I got a question for you. Can a police officer pull over another police officer if he broke the law or traffic law? Fabio, absolutely. Absolutely you can. Now, if it's like another marked police car, that would be a little bit weird trying to pull over a marked police car. It's been done before. It has. But I've pulled over lots of police officers before, not even knowing that they were police officers. Have I ever given any of them a ticket? Yes, I have. Actually, early on in my career, I gave a highway patrolman a ticket that had all of his kids in the back of his car, unseatbelted, driving to school. They were just playing around in there like a jungle gym. He had all the seats laid down, and it was like a wrestling ring. And he was driving on a busy, like, fast speed limit road. I absolutely gave him a ticket. I was young. I was, kind of naive. I was a new officer, but I just felt like if anybody should know better, it's you. That's ridiculous. So the answer to your question is yes. Adian, Zek, I am a 9-year-old and I knew your wife's question way before you. What is he talking about? Oh, the one where she gave me on the last video, she gave me the quiz. The stupid question. I whiz. 9-year-old. Adian, are you part of the 9-year-old army? Are you part of PewDiePie's 9-year-old army? Great. Now I need another comment to make me feel good again. Another one like Ruby's. Proby the Tank. Actually, Proby's comments are a mark of honor. It is an honor to have him with the nerd stamp on the videos. Last question for today. We don't have time. We don't have time for this. Did I not say at the beginning of the video? We don't have time. Staff Sergeant Gourley. Just gonna run with it. Best time to pause the video is at 8:23. Your face paused at that time makes me laugh. Keep up the good work. What? Great. Now I gotta see what he's talking about. 8:23. What? Right there? With my eyes shut? Right there. That's 8:23. That's the face? What are you talking about? What's so great about that face?
Absolutely nothing.
All right, whatever. You guys are weird. This is why I like reading your comments, though. It keeps me entertained. All right, so first call we want to talk about, this was a complainant that called in, said that the complainant sent nudes via Facebook and is now being blackmailed for $5,000.
That's the worst.
Oh my gosh, wait a minute. So you send naughty pictures of yourself to somebody on Facebook and are now being blackmailed for $5,000. Call the cops. What do you think we're going to be able to do with that? It's a good question. What would we do with that? What violation of law is occurring? Probably depends on the state that you're in, right? I mean, honestly, what's the resolution going to be on that? I don't know. That's something the detective will probably figure out, but what a mess. I feel bad for the person because you get to that point, it's embarrassing enough, then you got to call the cops and tell them. Look, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me give you the tip of the day. The FuzzFam tip of the day. Don't send naked pictures of yourself to anybody on the internet.
That's outrageous!
Okay, yeah. All right. So then we had a threats call at a McDonald's in our city. We went over there after a guy called saying that there was someone that had been stalking him that had just threatened him with a gun and walked away from the McDonald's. Okay, legit, right? All right, we're going to head over there and hopefully find this guy. Maybe get a gun off the street. So we get there and start talking to him. This dude is sketchy, like sketchy as heck. He's giving us these details like, you know, I just met this guy. I don't know his name. I'm good friends with him. Yeah, like we hang out a little bit. As a cop, you know what that says to all of us. It's like screaming it from the rooftop. Drugs, drugs. We do drugs together. We buy and sell drugs to each other, and we do drugs together. So this is like a drug deal gone bad, but apparently they were sitting in the McDonald's and the guy came in and gave him some crap about whatever, and they left. As the guy was walking by the window where they were sitting, he lifted up his waistband and showed him a pistol that he had in his waistband. That's all he did. Showed him the pistol and then walked away. So it scared him enough that they called us. We didn't end up finding the guy, but they left. They weren't even from the area. They were from out of state. So I don't know why they were... again, drugs. Drugs explains everything. Then we had an injured animal call. We don't get these a ton, not as much as the agency that I used to live in, which was up in the foothills of the mountains where we had deer all the time. They'd get stuck on fences and stuff. We'd have to go put them down. They'd get injured, their legs were broken, so to just put them out of their misery, we'd have to put them down. I don't do that as much in the city that I'm in now, but this was a report of a deer that had been hit by a car and was injured on the side of the road or in traffic or something like that. So we got there. By the time we got there, the deer had passed away. No longer in pain, thank goodness, because it was a bit of a mess. My partner was parked up the road a ways and had his emergency lights on, and I parked way behind him to try to give like some early warning to the cars coming up because it was a fast road. And I'm walking up to the scene to go see if he needs any help, and apparently he had pulled what was left of the deer off the road. I didn't realize it at the time, but as I was walking up to help him, I was walking through deer. It was everywhere. All over the road. I didn't realize it at the time until I got back to my car. As I was walking back with the flashlight, I realized what I had been walking in, and it was all over in my boots. My brand new boots. I got a brand new pair of Danner boots I just started wearing a couple days ago, and now I had deer all over the bottoms of my boots. So I had to go all the way out to the shops. I found the high pressure hose that they wash the dump trucks off with and stuff, and sprayed the boots with it, which I thought was a good idea. Can anybody see the problem though with spraying the bottom of boots at a close distance with a high pressure nozzle? Yeah, it hit the boot and like immediately sprayed back in my face. Ugh. Yeah, it was disgusting. Yeah, you know what? This is the Halloween edition of Benny on the Beat. It's a little bit raw, okay? Is what it is. Then we had a report of a guy laying down in a parking lot, and it was an assist to fire. They had called the fire department on him because he was laying there kind of unresponsive, which in a city where there's a lot of transients, that usually means that they're under the influence of drugs or they're passed out on alcohol. Usually. So we got there, and that was the case with this guy. He was way too drunk, and he was definitely a danger to himself. He was too inebriated to safely function. If he got up to try to walk somewhere, there's every likelihood that he could just fall over in the middle of the road and get hit by a car or a bus or something. So we have to take action on that. We have to make sure that they're safe once they come to our attention. So we check, first of all, to see if we can take them to a drunk tank, to a volunteer center where they just let people sleep it off. We try to do that first if people are cooperative and they haven't worn out their welcome at those centers, because there's just better reasons to take people to jail than just that, in my opinion. Unfortunately for this guy, all the beds at these centers were full, so he had to go to jail. We didn't have any other option. And he was pretty decent with us up to the point where he knew he was going to jail. After that, he started kicking my partner's cage, trying to kick out his window, spitting everywhere. And as luck would have it, this was an officer that had one of the new restraint devices that we're testing as a department right now. We don't have them everywhere in the department, but it's like a big burrito wrap that just completely wraps your body and it immobilizes you. But people that are under arrest do not like having those on because it's just like being in a straitjacket, I guess is a good way of comparing it. So this guy bought a ticket into the straitjacket so that he wouldn't injure himself or damage the inside of a police car and catch, felony charges that he didn't need on top of what he was already dealing with. While we're talking about transients, let's just move on to the one with a report of a local Chili's restaurant where there was a female transient that was treating the entrance to the restaurant, the glass doors, as a mirror. And she was prancing around in front of the mirror, and let's just say she was adjusting herself in the mirror. Like she was on the catwalk, fashion model. She was living some kind of fantasy in her mind or some alternate reality right in the middle of the entrance to the Chili's. So we got out there, and sure enough, she was there, and she was just kind of, you know, checking herself out, and she was repositioning things, and we had a chat with her. She was pretty cooperative, but she was definitely experiencing some kind of mental illness because she thought she owned the restaurant. She told us she was going to walk up to the hospital and that she owned the hospital. But in the end, we didn't really determine that she was a real danger to herself or anyone else. She was just kind of experiencing something that wasn't real, and we got her on her way and told her that it wasn't a mirror. It was a glass entrance to a restaurant with a lot of people that were watching what she was doing, which she didn't really mind, but she left. So anyway, that's how we handled that one. And I'm going to end it there because I'm in a hurry, and because it's Halloween, we got no time. We got to go fast. We got to go fast. Just want to thank everybody for being a part of the FuzzFam channel. Thank you for being subscribed. Thank you for leaving the likes on the video, for visiting our merchandise store. You guys that are Patreon supporters, you are definitely the top tier of all of that. Thank you, everybody. You guys are awesome. Hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you on the next video.
Also, if you have a telescope, Uranus is visible too, just near the... Did I say that?